plants.
He spent the farm on it, and now he's the only plant left.
That's it. There's only one left, and it's him. And he has to carry the rest of the plants against him. But we're going straight into our round one, and we're not even seeing the plan. We'd be talking so many things. Instead, we're seeing the Rosa come out on spaces, and T-rev again, at least staying consistent, playing the DK. Onto PS2 we go.
That's tough, right? Like, to go into it thinking, okay, I'm going to play against a plant. It's going to be kind of like a heavy v heavy, a little bit of this like scrapping, burst range kind of like who can control space well. And then you go up against Rosalina, who her best attributes often are reflected whenever she plays in a matchup against a character that wants to break zone rather than kind of deal with a longer spacing game. And DK can break zone pretty well with things like forward tilt, things like dash attack, back air, of course, but it gets so much harder when you have Luma online, especially a desynced Luma can throw a wrench into any and all of DK's best laid plans.
Exactly, but even as we say all that, we're seeing a somewhat even game here, only slight 20% lead in favor of Space. But now we're talking about that Luma disjoint. We're talking about what Rosa can do, which is keep T-rev away. But there's that grab, trying to get the up air, but noticing, oh, a little bit too high. I'll go back to reset the situation on the positioning. And now Space gets that up tilt, throws T-rex in the air, and then the up smash on underneath the platform is going to be securing that first stock in favor of Space. Beautiful stuff already.
Yeah, it's been looking real good here, just in terms of a raw zoning game. Oftentimes, it seems like Space is feeling like they want to keep Luma more tethered than otherwise, utilizing the attack cancels to send Luma out from a standing position. That means you have more control over your center zone, right? Right next to Rosalina, which is where you always want to be, because anytime DK wants in, you've got that Luma to send him right back out.
Exactly. That's going to be what the biggest pain in Tierra's down. Oh!
Ouch.
Not you feeling it. Oh, double ouch. T-rev off stage at the really nasty 133% already. Now, can we recover? We're going to just destroy Luma. Get him out of there for a second. Desync Luma. Try to get the sneaky up smash, but instead, we're going to be getting another one, but not going to be quite enough as T-rev living to almost 150 at this point.
That was actually really dangerous. Space thought there was going to be a cross-up from T-rev, up smash the other way, misjudged the spacing, and then again clashing with the Luma in order to get back on. This is a max rage Donkey Kong here, man. We may be seeing T-rev steal a stock extraordinarily early. Hard to say, hard to let it rip, but T-rev certainly is swinging for the fences.
We are seeing that instead, that Nair coming in, throwing T-rev out of his zone for a second, and then there goes Luma securing a roll-in, catching it with the up smash, and that is another stock secure for Space. Only 44% for himself, which is really, really doable to deal with, especially when you're already racking up a nice amount of extra credit on T-rev. Now there's, okay, nice little positioning here in order to get Luma off stage, and then, not off stage, but desynced. There's the Nair as well. Now trying to get some positioning as well.
A lot of awkward hitboxes we're seeing in this early. That's a correct one there. Down angled forward tilt, trying again for another giant forward air. Like, it feels like T-rev is spending a lot of value just by throwing out big fairs, trying to get these really big swings, when one of the best things about Donkey Kong is the fact that you can train and continue an advantage state and even a combo state really, really well, but the attempt at the armor gets blown back. You can only take so much damage before a Luma forward smash blows you away.
That was a really interesting clash of moves. Again, first of all, that Luma just interrupting the command grab from Donkey Kong sucks so much.
That's tough.
I watched it happen twice during this set, and it's like you can't even get the cheese of Donkey Kong if Luma's out. Like, your plan is just kaput, goodbye. Yeah. Like, you're trying to grab me and throw me off stage. Well, first of all, I'm Rosa, so I don't care. Second of all, I have Luma, who can just knock you out of your grab.
Luma doesn't care.
Luma doesn't care. So we both don't care. That's double don't care. Yeah. And Donkey Kong just has to find a way to outplay that, and it's that much more difficult with basically two people fighting against you.
That's why what I was saying earlier, right? Like, just this Luma has been so close to Space basically at all times. If the Luma shot comes out, it's uncharged, it's just right in front of Space at all times, focusing on having that Luma as a security blanket to break Space and to force T-rev into more and more awkward situations, like we're seeing right now. Just constantly, like, I'll find a counter hit, and then I'm going back to ledge. I'm going back to ledge. We're trying to get off. we're going real high. Oh, baby, you know what we're doing? We're in disadvantage and being sent eventually back to ledge.
You just see the up B in the middle of the stage, and that was a very free, easy punish for space to rack up even more percentage on T-rev. We've been seeing T-rev on this right side of the stage for a little too long, has been unable to really come into space that space is occupying so well with both Rosa and Luma, right? Covering the ledge, covering Roland, covering neutral get up, covering even aerial recovery just like that. What do you do as T-rev? Well, you try to get rid of Luma first and then use that rage. There we go. There's a start. Use that rage as a catalyst to get the lead going. But there's a grab inside back throw, not going to be enough. I'm DK. I'm heavy. It's okay.
Yeah, heavy enough, but part of what makes heavy so can be very tough for many characters and even just players in general to deal with is the fact that heavies can survive to that big number, and eventually you reach a point where they may start stressing to close out stocks. So I feel like T-rev is trying way too hard and almost getting way too much in his own head of like, wow, I need to create this mix-up. Great parry there in order to set up some sort of juggle. Need to take advantage of some of DK's aerials here, especially in order to try and find a way to get back into this game. I want to see more back airs. I want to see falling up airs. I want to see even like aerial down Bs. Instead, he just keeps on getting juggled and giving up the air dodge to the throw. Oh, there's the up toss closed
okay.
out.
For a second, I thought the hit of Luma, right? And I was like, there's no way.
That is the wildest trade. Typically, you do, when you're just trying to kill outright with the throw, you do cargo back throw.
Yep.
But Rosa's just so light.
She just went up and went to space like, goodbye. Go back to space where you belong, please. But there we go, securing that off the top blast zone. T-rev again down a stock. Last stock situation could be last game before we go down to loser side for T-rev. So what can we see here? We gotta utilize more of, DK closing in that space, but how can we do that when Luma is right there? Again, you're seeing the onslaught, the shield pressure, the positioning. It is working out so well for space and throwing a wrench in T-rev's plans. Okay, getting the forward air right there once more, but there's a grab. Can we get the command grow? Oh, the mash out go crazy.
Yeah, T-rev just a little bit hesitant in the jump up to platform, land, and then do the DKO on the PS2. That's why you go here, looking for the aerial slap into up smash as well, but you miss a couple kill confirms and you get raw back air. Set it up once again, but missing the down air. Luma not connecting, and T-rev gets a chance to close out yet another stock.
That was a very scary situation we did see there. Of course, a lightning bolt came out. You thought it was death. And then there was a really good situation for space to edge guard T-rev like we did see in the very beginning of this game. But thankfully, T-rev living a lot longer. There is the armor for the side B, and boom, it's 1-1. So DK with a lot of rage Ubo. Anything could really happen, but we go back. We go back to the end of the stage. And you are bold.
There's just a couple of whiffed plays, a couple of whiffed ideas. Luma got duffed. And he's still around. Wait, this star can take a hit. That final patch coming in clutch.
It's coming in clutch for space, but it is the thorn in T-rev's backside as we get the connecting up smash. And that is round one, going towards space, the game, the set going towards space, and that beautiful Rosalina gameplay. And again, the Luma, star of the show, shut down a lot of DK's options.